I was digging through my collection and bumped into this box, as well as this box here, and I don't have any clue what's inside, so today we're gonna be cracking them open. A little bit of context, I used to have a different room where I put all of my Funko Pops, and I had a bunch of these boxes to put random things inside. It was figures that I didn't have very many of, or maybe they just didn't fit very well on my shelves, so I figured this was a good spot to put them. But when I moved a little while ago, I kind of forgot about them, so I thought it'd be fun to open these up today and see what's inside. And now I guess we'll be starting with this one here, and if you guys want a bit of a sneak peek, I'll show you like inside the handle. Do you see anything? I don't know if you could, but either way, let's get into this. And I'm gonna take a peek first, and I'll see if it's anything cool. Oh! Okay, I definitely forgot I had these, and I have a feeling some of you guys might not even know that they exist. But before we get into the things that I'm talking about, let's start with what's on the side here, because it is kind of random, doesn't really go with the rest of it, but check this out. I've got one random Funko Pop sitting inside. It's actually my original Sharknado. I have another one back here, and I've had this one for maybe about a year now, let's say, maybe a little bit less than that. But with this one here, I used to have it sitting on a shelf. It fell off, the fin broke, I don't have the box for it anymore, but I still want to keep it because it's just such a weird one, and it was one of the first like 10 Pops that I ever picked up. So of course I want to keep it around. I mean, it's just too cool. I love it. Alrighty, now, oh, underneath that, there's another random thing. Then we'll get into these larger guys that I've got here, but check this out. Oh, wow. Okay, so this here is really cool because if you don't know, originally Pops were called Funko Force 2.0. The 2.0 is because there was actually a set of characters called Funko Force before it, and that's what this is here. We actually have a Darth Vader one, and it doesn't really look anything like a Pop. What's neat about this, though, is that it was almost like a wacky wobbler, but it had, like, the larger head, the bigger body, very similar to how Pops are now. And if you take a look on the back, you can see it actually does have that Funko Force logo here, and I don't remember where I got this or how I got it, but it says on the bottom here, July 2011, so they were still making Funko Force when Pops released in, like, 2010. And if you look back at the Funko Force characters, I believe they started in, like, 2009, sometime around then, I think. I don't really know because I wasn't collecting too hard back then. Actually, at that point, all I would have had were like the Star Wars Wacky Wobblers. I had a pretty extensive collection of those because my dad is a big fan of Star Wars, so we liked to pick up those whenever we'd find them. And I'll be honest, we never really got into Funko Force until later on when I started collecting Pops, so almost like Funko Force 3.0? I'm kidding, I don't know. But now, everybody, let's get into those larger characters, which are actually called Vinyl Idols, and this is something that I got not that long ago. They were created in, I want to say, like 2014, 2015. Does it have a year on the bottom? No, but I'm guessing it's around, like, let's say 2014. Actually, it might even be a little bit later than that, but either way, it doesn't really matter. It's just these larger characters that were actually made by an artist called Kid Buki that used his designs and turned them into these vinyl figures. And for a while there, Funko had actually purchased a company called Vinyl Sugar, and that's the company that actually created Vinyl Idols, which are these ones here, as well as the Dorbs. And I'm sure you guys remember those. They were the characters that were very round, a lot simpler than Pops, and I remember when Funko acquired them, and then a few years later they kind of just, you know, dispersed them, and then they just started creating the figures themselves. And now I wonder if anybody that used to work at Vinyl Sugar still works over at Funko. I really have no clue. And anyways, we've got this one here next up, everybody. It is Batman. I love how these look, and let's see what else we've got here. Oh, right. We've got White Goodman here from Dodgeball. This is a really funny one. And then after that, I think it's more of the ones. Oh, check it out. We've got Hot Fuzz here. Danny Butterman. Oh, I'm liking this. And it looks like, based on the sticker at the top here, I actually picked these up over at, I guess it would have been Value Village. Yeah, it looks like it. And then we also have Brad Hamilton from Fast Times at Ridgemont High as well. Like, seriously, a pretty good variety here. My favorite, though, still has to be the Batman. I remember picking that one up at, like, a movie rental place. It wasn't even that long ago, either. They had a small section of them in the back, and they had this one for, like, is the price on it? I want to say, like, 20 or 30 bucks. It's not that bad, considering how big they are, and I think I got it in, like, 20, let's say, I'm going to give you a number here. Let me give you a date. 2018, 2019, when these released in like 2014, 2015, so years after it came out. But either way, some really, really cool stuff that I hardly ever get to talk about, so it's cool that I found them. Alrighty, well that was bin number 1, and I've got to say, pretty decent, especially because I did not expect to find the vinyl idols today. But now, let's get into box number 2. And now, just like the last box, I want to give you guys a bit of a hint by looking in there. Do you see it? There's a little more going on. And now I believe I know what's inside of here, so let me just take a peek, and oh, right! Okay, so if you guys didn't know, I want to say maybe like a few years ago now. Is there a date on this one here? I guess I'm taking one out. There's got to be year 2019, so 5 years ago now they started doing this, where Funko actually took a lot of their Pops and turned them into Pez with this huge collaboration they did for about a year or two. And so we've got characters from The Office, as well as Robin here from Batman. This is just such a cool one. And I've kept them in pretty nice condition. Of course, I've taken a bunch of them out, and you may have seen them in my collection. I have a bunch in the corner over there I could show you after, actually. But I also have a bunch of them in boxes, because I figured, I don't know, I like to keep them in their packaging because it's pretty nice, and I don't want to take them out because then it's a little bit harder to like display. Plus, I don't have unlimited room, so putting them in the box is a lot easier. They won't get all dinged up if I keep them in their boxes, and because they are Pops, they actually made them so you can take them out of the top. It's not like a regular Pez. And if you guys want to check it out, I just pulled out this one here, the Boo Berry, a character they don't make often, so it was cool to see it as this one here. And I guess we'll just kind of go through these because I've got a huge box of stuff. Like we've got Funshine Bear, which I'm a big fan of, as well as, ooh, take a look at these two here. We've got Sora and Mickey from Kingdom Hearts. I forgot they did these two. And now there's going to be so many of them. I'm going to have to stack them in the front here. So you're not going to be able to see everything as we go, but let's just keep going here. Okay, we've got Launchpad McQuack from Darkwing Duck, as well as, take a look at this one here, Heartless, again from Kingdom Hearts. Honestly, such a big fan of these. And look at this, we've got, oh, right, they actually also did Chase versions. And so you can see we've got the Snaggletooth here from Star Wars. And there was a little funny thing with this one, because the Chase was based on the Kenner figure that released, where there was like an error or something. There was like two different versions of him. One where he had a red suit, and then one where he had a blue suit, and one of them was way taller than the other. It was really odd. But I love that Funko actually took inspiration from that and did it for the figures here. And now let's see what else we've got. Okay, this one, it looks like another Star Wars. Yes, we've got the Lando Calrissian Skiff-Guard version. Putting that in front of the Kingdom Hearts ones there. And what do we have after that? Okay, we've got Cheer Bear, another Care Bear here. And again, I am loving this one. And also, some of them came with candy and some of them didn't. The reason for that is because a few of them came inside of like collector's boxes. And I guess you can't sell collector's boxes with like food inside. You have to like disclose it. So for ones that were like available in stores, they didn't really want to have candy sitting around, I guess. And let me see what else we've got going on here. Yeah, this one is the Deadpool Gamer one, which is pretty fitting, especially because the new movie just came out, and I'm liking that one. And that one also came inside of a collector's box, so you know what? I'm not exactly sure. But now that I say that, as I took out this one here, this here was part of the Saturday Morning Cartoons box, and this one also doesn't have Pez, so I guess it was like a few boxes did, a few boxes didn't. I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, we'll stop talking about what boxes came with actual Pez, and let's just keep going here, because we've got two pretty random ones here, Cher Bear and Daryl from The Office. Again, a pretty great set. Well, they don't go together, but I like both of them. Alrighty, and then, what do we have here? Ooh, I'm sure Scott Pilgrim fans are going to enjoy this one, because we have Scott Pilgrim here, and I'm loving this, especially because he is coming to Funko Fusion, Funko's brand new video game, and I cannot wait to check out the entire world they created for him. And then, check this out, everybody. We've got the Funko Shop exclusive Quisp. Again, a really, really cool Pez. And I think there should be a Quake in here somewhere. We'll get to him. And anyways, this, oh, another Chase. We have Skeletor. And I remember GameStop used to get in a lot of these Pez. And I would go in and people wouldn't really be picking them up at the one that I went to. And the guy would be like, yeah, we've got a few Chases hidden in there if you want to dig through them. And I'd always find stuff like this. And anyways, let's keep going and see what else we've got. Okay, so we're getting into the gamer boxes because here's 2 more gamer Deadpools. I mean, come on. It's just so weird that they created so much of these. Like, it was a line that they really went hard on, and I think it's because the CEO at the time, which was Brian Mariotti, really enjoyed Pez. He has like one of the biggest Pez collections. I don't know if he still does, but I'm sure he has a pretty good amount. I mean, a pretty good amount today still, because I remember there was a video they did showing off his collection, and it was massive with like some like one-of-one pieces. It really was crazy. And I wonder if he did this so that way he could make his collection the world's largest collection by making rare Funko Pop Pez that maybe only like he could get because of course he is the CEO. Look, I don't know, but either way, I think it is so cool that he did create so much of this. We've got another gamer Deadpool. They just keep coming. And I guess we'll pop it in front of Quisp here. And we've got like about 2 more rows, so bear with me here, everybody. But we've got like Stan Lee as well as another gamer Deadpool, and I believe every single gamer Deadpool has been different so far. Oh, wait, I stand corrected. I think, yeah, this one right here, yeah, it's another yellow one. But either way, they're mainly different. And now, let's see. Okay, we've got more gamer Deadpools, and I don't know if these ones are different. I will show you, though, just in case, because there are so many different colors of this guy. And then, getting down to the last row here, we have, oh, and this is cool because it does have that EB Games Canada exclusive sticker. It is Yummy Mummy. Alrighty, let's see. What do we have here in the corner? I think we're getting into Batman here, and another gamer Deadpool. How many of those boxes did I get? I think I did actually buy a bunch though, so I could try to get the entire set and just happen to get doubles along the way. But either way, some pretty cool stuff. And I'm also really enjoying that Batman because it is the 1966 version, you know, Adam West.
Look there! A shark!
And then, everybody, what do we have here? Ah, we finally found Quake as well as a Gamorrean Guard. It's cool because that Gamorrean Guard was exclusive to Star Wars Celebration, yeah, in 2019. If you don't know, it's a convention that they hold every other year, I believe, that's all about Star Wars stuff, and Funko has a lot of exclusives that go there, so it is really cool to see stuff like that, especially because, like, throughout the years, they'll get different types of figures, and so, like, you'll get this random Pez exclusive that was, like, you know, who remembers that, but it's fun to have in the collection. Alrighty, now, right, we also have some of the Pez exclusive characters, and we've got another Deadpool one here, and I definitely showed you this one already, but look at this here, everybody, the Pez character, Boy with Cap, and a few of the Pez ones also have pops to go along with them. There was a Fireman Pop, as well as Mimic the Monkey, is that his name? I think it's Mimic, and then there was like Pez Girl and Pez Clown, there's a bunch. And anyways, let me show you the last 3 that we have here, and then I'll show you the other collection of Pez that I actually have in my room all the time. But we've got Salacious B. Crumb here, as well as the Policeman, and check out this last one here, the Chase Ponda Baba. Like I said, everybody, some crazy stuff, and this is like an entire rectangle full of characters. What's it, like about 30 or 40 different ones here? There's a lot. And if I'm gonna be honest, this is just scratching the surface for the amount of Pez dispensers that they did as a collaboration. It really is amazing. And if you guys didn't know, they do still make Pez dispensers. It's just not as often. I think the last one they did was either the Five Nights at Freddy's set, or they did one Freddy Funko at San Diego Comic-Con last year. I guess that might be the newest. And so it's cool that they still do it. It's just like not as often. It makes me want to pick up every single one because you don't see them that much. But anyways, everybody, I've been rambling. Let's go check out the others. Alright, so coming over here to my larger wall where I've got a lot of Star Wars figures and, you know, the Simpsons and Disney down here. Now, up at the top, this is where I put a lot of my Funko Pop Pez. Alright, let me see if I can get a little higher here for you guys. There we go. So we've got some of like the Funko Shop exclusive gold ones. We've also got like Nightmare Before Christmas, and the list is pretty big. There's just so many different ones. Like, look over here. We've got all the Masters of the Universe, and at the end there, we've got like Carl Spackler, as well as the Gopher, and which one's that? That's Felix the Cat. And anyways, I could seriously do a whole video about Pez because there really are that many. And well, everybody, there we go. That is all of the boxes that I have for you today. And if you guys want to see me do another episode on this, I totally can, because there's like about 10 or 15 more of these guys. Oh, and I should also mention, about a year ago, I did a video just like this, showing off 2 or 3 other boxes. So if you want to go back and check that out, I definitely recommend it, because there was some other pretty random stuff, just like in these. But anyways, I hope you guys did have a lot of fun, because it was really cool to check out these older products. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow!